friends. I gotta do a video on Blaha, the religious fitness slave, the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness gym slave himself, JasonBlaha, strength to fitness guy. Yeah, man. Recruiting more fitness religious slaves. All right. We're going to do a reaction video to Blaha. This is his basket here, his food basket. Let's see what he has here. It looks like beads or cashews or something there, and some walnuts. I don't know. And he's got a pack of eggs and meat and chicken. He's got some steaks, man, and chicken, bro. Wow, it looks like the basket is turning more animal than plants. Maybe he's getting a religious conscience. He's breaking the laws of nature, so he doesn't want to break the laws of real religion, nature. Yes, who knows, man. Anyways, okay, we're going to do a reaction video. Let's see what Blaha has to say. Blaha says, healthy food can be defined by high in fiber or protein. This is a good one, man. By high in fiber or protein. Healthy food. Fiber is not healthy for you. But protein, which is high in nutrients and not deficient, yes. Okay.
The presence of fiber or protein in significant amounts really kind of determines if a food is healthy or not. Hey, everybody, it's JasonBlaha here. Thought I would...
He fabricated that. That's absolutely not true. Your natural diet as a carnivore is the healthiest diet. Anything which is not considered a diet. You're a carnivore, you eat meat. That's not a diet. Anything that you eat outside that is considered diet, which is fake. Science will tell you it's a behavior. You are behaving unnaturally. Get it? Eating food that is not naturally for you, made for you.
Chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. One of these topics is a bit of nuance, and when I make that statement, I am not saying there are not exceptions to the rule. I'm not saying people can't create really refined foods and enhance them this way and that it's the same thing. So again, when we give general guidelines, I do want to be clear. Finding exceptions to a general guideline that is absurdly helpful to people does not make you intelligent. In fact, it's actually a mark that you're not as bright as you think you are, because you're misunderstanding the concept and then misapplying it.
But he's gonna explain it to us because we're not intelligent enough to understand it. Yes. Okay, Blaha.
So in this case, what we are saying though is, generally speaking, this is how you can look at foods and determine, yeah, this is a healthy food or not, or healthy.
With FanDuel, build a same-game parlay when you're...
Because that is really what we need to be looking at. I mean,
Is this how you determine how a food is healthier? How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you determine? It's really easy. When you don't get when you don't break the laws of nature, and if you do break the laws, well, this is how you're going to discover it. When you start getting skin problems, health problems, teeth, especially teeth problems, that's one indicator of poor health. Even the colonists knew that when they were bringing the slaves over, they would check their teeth. And a bunch of other things. Skin problems, disease, whatever, you name it. All these problems, mental problems.
Start looking at, health.
Inflammation constantly, your belly's inflamed, you're bloating, farting, fermenting, shitting all day, yes.
Healthy versus unhealthy, where does a food kind of fall in the spectrum? Where does it fall in the continuum? Obviously, it is in the context of your entire diet. So again, that makes it really complicated.
The continuum.
For people. That means that there's a lot of times way more nuance than the layman really has time to look at, because I'll be honest, does the average person really have time always to figure out, what's our saturated fatty acid versus omega-3 fat in this? What is our exact fructose to fiber ratio, right? What polyphenols are in this food? I mean, people don't always have time for that. So when we're looking at just a quick guideline, you're looking at foods, looking at the protein.
Polyphenols are very toxic. They're found in these plants, yes.
content as it pertains to the total calories tells you how good of a protein source it is. Because normally I would say,
How good is a protein source? There's only one kind, animal protein. That's the healthiest source. There's nothing in plants, man. It's a waste of time. They're deficient in in amino acids. Okay.
I've heard a legit expert, again, bodybuilder with a PhD in nutrition, who is actually a very serious bodybuilder on top of it, say that junk food is basically fiber-free food.
Yeah, junk food is fiber. He says fiber-free food is oh man. Fiber is junk food, dude.
Okay, and that checks, because if you look at it, what do we think of as, oh man, this is
You can't digest fiber. You can't digest it. It's junk food because you can't digest it. This is crazy, man. What the hell?
really kind of a true junk food. Cake, ice cream, candy. All right, you look at those foods.
Yeah, ice cream, candy, cake. What about it? That's what you eat, don't you?
There's nearly zero fiber in it relative to the total calories. And if anything, oftentimes
What are you talking about? Zero fiber in it. It's made out of fiber. It's made from smashed seeds.
those foods have zero fiber. Okay? They often have zero fiber. None.
Yeah, meat is zero fiber, dude. These plants, they're fiber. These foods made out of plants.
You know, now granted, a Snickers bar might have some nuts in it, but I mean, that's not going to make it a healthy.
It too is fiber. It's made out of plants. It's made out of fiber. Smashed seeds and shit, okay? What are you talking about? Wow, he's nuts.
Food. But then we start looking at what do we think of as healthy versus unhealthy in terms of ratios, how refined it is. Well, the more refined a food becomes, the lower the fiber content goes. Now I'll get over to protein in a minute, because protein sources tend to be fiber-free. And that's kind of again, a little bit of an exception there. But again, we're looking for protein. Protein is good for body composition. It's good for weight management. All right, we want protein. But let's talk about the fiber thing. All right, look at white rice versus brown rice. Perfect example. We generally think of brown rice is healthier than white rice. Well, all the fiber is still in it. We haven't milled all the fiber off. And
We generally find white rice healthier than brown rice. How could you find something with arsenic healthier than something else that has arsenic in it? That makes absolutely no sense. And it's carbohydrates. It converts. It's sugar. How could that be healthy for you? This makes none of this makes sense, man. What the hell is he talking about? Listen, sugar's not healthy for you because one of them have less what do you call it? Sugar in it than the other, and the conversion. And they both have arsenic, so who gives a shit? It's unhealthy.
I want to be clear, it doesn't have a huge amount, but the fiber quality in brown rice is high. Like, again, notice the way your body digests.
The fiber quality? What quality? You're a carnivore. You don't eat fiber, you idiot.
The way it impacts. I mean, look how much when you eat brown rice, it still comes out.
This is where all the suffering stems in society. They're eating stuff they're not supposed to, breaking the laws of nature, you fool.
With that hole in there. And we think of that as a very healthy food.
Why do you think you look like a mush puppet? Eating arsenic and cyanide out of nuts and shit and all that. All these toxins and poisons. Look what they've done to your body. They've mutated you. You look ugly like a mush puppet because of that. Because you broke the laws of nature, dude. You have a bald head and an ugly face.
Oats. But the more we refine
Oats, that's even worse. We're not supposed to eat that.
healthy food.
We think of oats as a healthy food. How can it be healthy? We're processing it more than once. You have to process it so that you can even consume it, which you're not supposed to. You would never do that out in nature. This is something you're concocting, get it? Because it's for the slaves to make money off you slaves. What an idiot. Does he not understand that people are trying to market shit to people? They'll sell them anything so they can steal their slave money. Christ. They don't care about your health. If they cared about your health, then they'd sell you healthy stuff. Like what you're supposed to eat as a carnivore. And all is garbage. You're not a cow.
Oats. But the more we refine these different foods, the lower the fiber.
Okay, Blaha, I'm going to challenge you. What makes oats healthy? What's so healthy about oats for humans, which are carnivores? What is so healthy for a carnivore to eat fucking oats? Why'd you feed it to your dog, you fool?
Becomes. Okay? The lower the fiber goes.
He never mentioned one thing that makes these foods healthy. He says, oh, well, brown rice is healthier than white rice. Okay, what makes brown rice healthier than white rice, you fool? Oh, but oats are healthy for humans. Okay, what's so healthy about him? What's so healthy about him, dude? Come on.
Because the refinement process. The
refinement process? That's what makes it healthy? What are you talking about?
Process itself lowers fiber.
The refinement process lowers fiber. Okay, and what about it? What about fiber? What makes it so healthy? You never mentioned one thing that makes fiber healthy.
But again, we all know this. We know that fiber is positively correlated with an enormous number of health benefits. Gut
Like what? Gut health?
health.
Gut health. How does it make your gut healthy? How does fiber make your gut healthy, you fool? You old fool. You ugly old fool.
Blood sugar control, appetite control, all these things. But we all
Blood sugar control? What is that? I don't understand this. That's health. Blood sugar control is healthy? Blood sugar control. What the?
Also, here's the other thing. Fiber content of the food is also often correlated with how much of the good stuff has been chopped out of it.
What? I didn't understand that. That didn't make any sense at all.
Vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, polyphenols, all these different things, okay, they get reduced. Same thing.
They get reduced? Polyphenols and things. What about these things? The toxins get reduced? The toxins that are found in there, the poison gets reduced? Oh.
You make juice out of fruit. How much of the good stuff have you lost, right?
You make juice out of fruit. How much of the good stuff is lost? What good stuff? What good stuff? It's not bioavailable. What good stuff? The sugar? So it destroys you? The toxins? The poison? Oh.
Lost a good chunk. What happens if we take fiber out of fruit? The fiber and the matrix of the food.
What happens when we take the fiber out of fruit? We make T-shirts out of it. Yeah. When was the last time you ate your T-shirt? It's made out of cotton. It's made out of fiber. Your sheets and everything. Your bed sheets. Are you hungry, Blaha? Why don't you go eat them? They're healthy for you.
Fruit is what keeps the sugar from being a problem for us, right? It's the big difference between refined sugar
Keeps the sugar from being a problem for us? What are you talking about?
versus that. Like that fiber content in it, in that natural matrix of it, completely changes the way that we digest it, the way this stuff hits the bloodstream, right? It's kind of a big deal.
The way it hits the bloodstream because fiber congests your bowels. It blocks it and stuff. Oh, wow.
A big deal. So it's a good assessment, right? As you know, the fiber content. Just look at quick flip over, look at the fiber. Now, granted, there are junk foods that have these things added, but are they less junky? That's the kind of the beautiful question. If I take whatever protein bar, candy bar type thing that we would think of as kind of a semi-processed junk food, but they add a bunch of extra fiber and protein powder to it.
Here's the problem. Unlike a herbivore animal, we cannot separate the toxins. We can't remove them and neutralize them in our stomach. They destroy us. That's what happens. That's not healthy.
Have they objectively made it healthier? Yeah. Would I still constitute it as an amazing health food? No. But is it healthier on the spectrum? The fiber and the protein alone did that. That itself positively impacted the food. Take something that's a pure junk food to, well, we'll make it a semi-healthy junk food. Okay. And I think that's a good way to define it. Shifting.
Make it into a semi-junk food. Yeah. Junk food is not healthy. Fiber is junk food. It can't be healthy.
Where it's at on that spectrum. Then we come over to protein the same way, right? And unless it's omega-3 fats in your protein, animal source fats are generally not beneficial to us particularly.
What are you talking about? Animal fats are extremely beneficial to us carnivores. Yes, as a carnivore, it's extremely beneficial to eat your natural diet, you fool.
And I'm not saying in moderate amounts they're a problem. They are not a problem in moderate amounts.
He's trying to convince people that are us animals that are carnivore that these things all moderate amounts and all that and whatever. Give me a break, man.
Hey, saturated fats generally not optimal to consume. So
Saturated fats are not optimal to consume. Animal saturated fats are optimal. I don't know about plant stuff for carnivore. Yeah, they're not healthy. Yes.
when we start looking at the best protein sources, the lower the protein.
There's no such thing for a carnivore. There's only one protein source: animal. Animal makes us healthy. It's kind of obvious.
As a percentage of the calories, the higher the saturated fat. But we want those mainly for the protein. Oftentimes there's other things we want, iron and B12.
Dude, if they remove the milk and all the dairy products and all the eggs and all the animal products in the store, and all they sold were these plant foods, I guarantee you people will quickly start deteriorating really fast and dying, getting sick and die. They'll get sick and die really fast. That's why the vegan compilations, they're getting sick, they die. They go back to what? What is natural as a carnivore? Meat. That's right, Blaha. But you're so stupid because you're like a religion. You just want to deal with the symptoms. You don't want to cure the people because you're a religious zealot. You want us sick and keep coming back. That's what you want us to do. Be lifting slaves and eating slaves, eating fake diet.
There's other stuff in these animal foods that we want. We all know this, okay? But the protein is usually...
There's animal foods we want, but the protein what?
Largely what we're after, especially body composition.
The protein is what we're largely after. We're after... The human body is after nutrients, you fool. It needs horrendous amounts of it.
Purposes. So the same can be said. You can look at it and go.
When you cook your meat, you're not getting sufficient amount of nutrients because you're destroying them in the cooking process. So you end up eating a lot more protein than you would, the amount of meat that you would eat. Sorry. The amount of meat that you would eat is kind of like you start eating a lot more than you would usually eat. That's the problem. See what I mean? That's what I discovered. So I have to make sure, even if I go to a buffet now, because I ended up eating too much meat because the guy overcooked it a bit. So I wasn't getting enough nutrients. My body would stop at a certain point. Now when the rawer the meat was, then the less meat I would eat. And then my body would cut me off. Yeah. So that's why I started eating raw fish. Because at least they're not cooking the fish. The fish is completely raw. I can eat raw fish, but they don't give you raw meat there. They don't have prepared raw meat. See what I mean?
Well, how much of it is protein? And that's a good way to look at it. In other words, a chicken.
How much of it is nutrients? High nutrient diet? All animal products, high nutrient.
Breast, probably overall healthier. Overall better for body.
Chicken breast is a putrid animal. Chickens are putrid, and they're really treated like garbage. They inject them with just about anything. So they're carnivore animal. They're putrid for humans.
Body composition than a really fatty ribeye.
Yeah, you're not gonna get salmonella. You can't eat chicken raw. I'm not saying you can't. People do eat chicken raw. In Germany, they still eat like raw pork. They have pork. There's a lot of countries. They eat pork raw. They eat even these Mennonites. They don't have refrigerators. These so-called Mennonites, whatever, in the U.S. They don't have. They don't believe in that. They don't have refrigerators. They still do it the old-fashioned way: raw meat, raw pork, raw chicken, raw beef, whatever.
or a sausage, right? Or bacon.
They dry them out or whatever the hell they're doing there.
A very easy way to look at it, and it works and it's simple. Works and it's simple. Right? And our fat sources really shouldn't be
But
from
the problem with these so-called Mennonites is they too still eat artificial food, which they're not supposed to, breaking the laws of nature, like every other human out there. See what I mean? An apple a day does not keep the doctor away. An apple a day will keep you in the doctor's office forever. Yeah.
those things. Again, barring salmon or something, which would be fantastic. Really, our protein sources should be leaner because we want our
Love salmon. Have you seen those bears when they wake up? They eat shitloads of salmon. Yeah, they're amazing fish.
fat sources to come from healthy stuff. Eat an avocado, eat some walnuts, right? You want healthy fats.
Yeah, those are not healthy fats off walnuts and shit. They're filled with cyanide.
And they're full of fiber. All right, guys, but that's really all I have.
Yeah, they're full of fiber. They're full of poop. Man, Blaha is so unnatural. Look at his old body. His 85-year-old body at 47, bro. He looks funny. Look how old he looks here. When I go to the gym and I work out and I'm 57, I'm 10 years older than Blaha. People treat me like a young person. Even women, they talk to me. Man, I'm treated totally different. Treated like a young person everywhere I go. I have my hair on my head. It's long. I look nice. I look better now than ever because I'm eating my natural food as a carnivore. I stopped doing these unnatural things, and so I'm not breaking the laws of nature. I'm not suffering. I'm not getting disease or suffering, and there's no death. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Tell us what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. If you do what he says, you're going to pay the price. See you in the next one. Ciao.